I am an incredibly lazy person. Left to my own devices, I used to doom scroll on social media for hours and hours, not getting any work done and just procrastinating and telling myself I'd do it later or I'll do it the next day. And I'd only ever really get work done when I had a deadline to meet. And oftentimes I would delay that work right up till the deadline, 1 hour before the deadline. I would start my assignment, I would start my project, I would prepare for my meeting. And I felt productive during that 1 hour, but oh my God, was I unproductive for the rest of it. And I always thought this pattern was because I was a fundamentally lazy person. But over the past few months, I've been able to exponentially increase my productivity. And I'm going to share with you how I did it and how I both 10x'd my productivity and increased my output in the lab I work in. Because of social media, I used to always believe that in order to get a lot done, you had to be the type of person who woke up super early in the morning, woke up at 5 a.m., got all their work done, and worked for 12 hours a day. I always believed that. And many people you see on social media will tout, they'll kind of boast that, oh, I work 12 hours a day. And I used to be, oh, I'm just not built like that. But actually, I don't think you need to work 12 hours a day in order to be productive. I don't work 12 hours a day and I'm incredibly productive. And what the realization I came to after thinking about this was that everybody's different. Not everyone can wake up at 5 in the morning and get all their work done. And I came across this, it's kind of like a personality test, but it's not a personality test. It's almost like a body type. It's called a chronotype. And it's essentially the idea that different people have different sleep patterns and they're modeled after different animals. For example, the most common chronotype is the bear, and this is about 55% of people. And they typically wake up with the sun and go to sleep as the sun sets. And this really suits the 9 to 5 lifestyle. They get a lot of work done in that 9 to 5 period. But that's only 55% of people. Not everyone is a bear chronotype. So I looked into this and I realized that I'm a lion chronotype. What that means is I am the type of person who likes to get their work done right after I wake up. So now I wake up early in the morning, I wake up at 5 and I just get my work done and I can be done before noon. And then I can relax and do some tasks that don't require as much effort. Now, there's a couple other chronotypes as well, and I encourage you to do your own research. I'll actually put a link in the description of a website that describes these. There's also the wolf chronotype. So this is the person who likes to wake up late and sleep late. And they're going to be most productive in those hours from 6 p.m. till midnight. And I know quite a few people who are like this. So the 9 to 5 lifestyle doesn't suit them. And especially if you're in graduate school where you don't have to be working at a specific time, then you should take advantage of this. And finally, there's the dolphin chronotype. And this is kind of the person who has a sporadic sleep schedule, but they can still be productive by, I believe the time window for them is around 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., where their minds are incredibly active. So figure out what chronotype you are and figure out which hours of the day actually suit your brain for being the most productive. Not everybody's the same. There is no one size fits all solution to productivity. And once I realized this, oh my God, the results were insane. I can get more work done from 6 to 9 a.m. than I used to get done in a whole 9 to 5 day. It's incredible. So I urge you to figure out what your chronotype is and adjust your schedule accordingly, or at least give it a try and then see what your productivity looks like after that. The next thing you can do to increase your productivity is to just value your time more. And I know that sounds so simple, but I actually I heard this quote from a podcast, and it's that you should put a dollar value on the amount that you're worth. And whatever you think it is, just 10x it. Because you also have, for example, as a graduate student, my hourly wage is like less than 20 bucks an hour. I don't think I'm worth 20 bucks an hour. I think I'm worth far more than that. You can call me delusional, but I'm going to be setting my hourly rate at $5,000 an hour. And I know that might sound unreasonable, but make it unreasonable so you can be a harsh judge of how you spend your time. And once you start viewing the world like this, you're not going to want to do things that you don't want to do. If you're ever in a situation where you're thinking, I could be doing something better with my time, then go do something better. Honestly, you'd be surprised at how little other people care about what you do. You can leave a meeting, like provided don't do anything rash because I said so and get yourself fired from your job. But there are so many hours that we spend in our day that we don't even want to spend doing those things. For example, are you stuck in a conversation with the same people at work for hours a day? You don't have to be doing that. Just walk away. Say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm busy today. It's a very simple fix that actually saves me hours every single day. Once I started to value my time at a higher price, I started to be extremely intentional about how I spend it. You know that saying, time is money? It's so true. And once you start acting like it, then you can do so much more with it. The final thing you can do to increase your productivity, and this is going to sound so obvious, and you're going to say, oh, my parents tell me this, or maybe your friends told you this, or I've seen this on the internet, but you've got to reduce your social media usage. Social media is just everywhere nowadays. You can spend all day switching between Instagram, TikTok, or Reels, or Shorts, or whatever it is that you use. I've spent entire days just laying in bed, rotting away. It's it's totally possible. And the thing is, these apps are designed to keep your to grab your attention and to keep your attention for hours and hours and hours. They have teams of engineers whose sole jobs are to maximize the amount of time that you spend on social media. Once you realize that, you're like, I don't need to be on this. What do you actually gain from using social media? And you might cope and say, "Oh, this is how I stay connected to to this friend who I don't see so much anymore." And I get it. I have the same problems, right? But you don't have to use social media every single day. Actually, what I like to do is once a week or once every 2 weeks even, I'll download the social media app. My phone already has everything signed in. And sure, I'll go on Instagram for a little bit. I'll look at see what everyone's up to. And then when I'm done using the app, I'll just delete it. And then I don't use social media for the rest of the week. I just saved myself 10 plus hours for that week. Probably more. The other thing I did that really helped is to mute all notifications. I allow myself to get calls and FaceTimes. That's it. I've muted all notifications from my phone, and you'd be surprised at how much it improves your productivity. Just the simple fact that your phone is buzzing and you're constantly thinking, oh, somebody's messaging me, or oh, something's happening. That's when you keep checking your phone. But if your phone's not buzzing, you're not going to check it. Honestly, if you can, just put your phone in another room while you work. It's going to save you so much time. And a little bonus thing that I do is I have it right here actually. I have a little timer that actually just counts down time. It's very simple. So whenever I have a task that I'm doing, I time it just so that I can better prepare myself so I know how long that task takes for the next time I do it. And I just time everything I do. And that allows me to schedule every single hour of my next day. So I shave off even more time from my schedule. Because if you think about it, in between the tasks that you do in the day, for example, you go to work, then you come home and you go to the gym, okay? If you didn't have that plan already, you're going to spend 10, 15 minutes deciding, oh, like maybe I'll scroll for Instagram for a little bit. Oh, maybe I'll, I don't know, just like lounge around for a few minutes before I, go to the gym. But if I planned for it beforehand, then I go to work, come home, go straight to the gym. You can cut out, and these tiny little 5-10 minute improvements, they compound over years of your life. And over a period of a few years, these differences are going to make huge differences in your output, in your career, and in your life. So please reduce your social media usage and spend your time on the things that really matter to you. That's all I have to say today. I really hope this advice helps you improve your productivity. If you're interested in my content, I'm going to post a link right here to another video where I talk about the differences between the different types of graduate school in biomedical engineering.